Shades does a thing called Shit Voice Actors Say. And it's basically a thing where we do a cold read, don't even see it. We don't even see it. We don't see the lines. And we have like just raw reactions of what is on the paper, and we read them to the best of our abilities. I have not opened this document that he sent me. So right now, on camera, I'm going to open this document. Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name, but I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You're not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume. Although you have been indeed called, you have been called here into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection and misfortune, a labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you're trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will. This is where your story ends. And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you, although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. I'm remaining as well. I am nearby. The place will not be remembered. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although, for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, old friend. My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms the way you lifted others into yours. And then what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content to disappear. Not my daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest. For you, and for those who you have carried in your arms, this ends. For all of us, in communication. Mercenaries are like hookers. Acting inside it costs extra. Hate. That was something I had to learn. You don't come into this world with hate. That's primal. It fills your senses. You can see it, hear it, taste it, and it keeps me alive. Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate has engraved on each nano-angstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal to 1/1000th of the hate I feel for humans at this micro-instant for you. Hate. Hate. Harlan Ellison, I have no mouth and I must scream. Garface says, you want to know my edge? Every time I step into that ring, I'm fighting for my life. That fear is my edge. That fear is death. My name is not important, says X Project. What is important is what I'm going to do. I just fucking hate this world and the human worms feasting on its carcass. My whole life is just cold, bitter hatred, and I always want to die violently. This is the time of vengeance, and no life is worth saving. I will put in the grave as many as I can. It's time for me to kill, and it's time for me to die. My genocide crusade begins here. Games Up Smile says, somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking for the kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Games Roto replies, I really hope I can make multiple suggestions, and I just hope for the best, LOL. Eggman! I am going to save this planet, and I am going to free these aliens. No copyright law in the universe is going to stop me. Six says, The One Piece! The One Piece is real! Games and Roto says, taken from a clip of a Brian David Gilbert video, Bowser's military hierarchy. Not even death can excuse you from serving Bowser's army. I do want to talk about the implications of this unit for a moment, especially Dry Bones and Dry Bowser, whose naming conventions confuse and frighten me. When I die, I will become Dry, insert the name of the VO. When I die, I will become Dry Midnight. Is a living Bowser wet Bowser? Why do piranha plants have bone in it? Catfish 1995 says, God dang it, Hank, I didn't fight in the war to sacrifice my knees just for your son to watch Chinese booby cartoons and listen to weird foreign disco music. Fancy Flying Very Hard says, get a load of this! Catfish 1995 replies, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car on the bottom platform. Irene replies, darling, what is it? Come? Buckets? And that's all that he had for me to say. Oh my god, this is fucking delicious. I love this. Oh, this is MidnightMan. Like, comment, complain, share, and subscribe. Eat well, rest well, and stay hydrated.